Welcome everybody back to the Buds Podcast, episode 11. We've made it 1 month on YouTube. Surprisingly, I didn't think we were going to make it this far.
Nobody did.
We didn't think we were going to.
Again with the surprisingly, are we surprised that we even stayed?
We don't have many haters, so the only haters that didn't believe in us.
But we didn't think
our 3 dislikes on the channel.
We didn't think we were going to get the views that we've gotten and the consistent views we've gotten. We didn't think in general we were going to get the support. We're a small channel, and there wasn't much to talk about when we first started. We kind of just started out of the blue. I think we had made 3 channels before the day we recorded our first video on this channel.
We started with nothing though. We don't have people just out there going to battle for us.
We don't got chicks.
We have to explain how we started.
We have already. Andrew and I have talked on A&M. We've told our comeback story.
We kind of explained on A&M, but we started with creating a channel called NJAB, which combined 4 of our names together.
Okay, you're trying to skip the A squared or what? That's the grandfather of all this.
We started with A squared when it was supposed to be me and more, and we ran into some technical difficulties. So then we were like, okay, we brought the other 4 guys on, and then we came up with NJAB. And after we record our first video,
name, by the way, it's just absolutely
after
horrible.
We record our first video, we were like, why not the Buds? Because we've always said, oh, what up, Buds? And we've always called ourselves the Buds. So we were like, the Buds Podcast, why not? And from then on out, since we posted our first video, we were the Buds Podcast.
I kind of came up with the NJAB, Nick. I didn't think we were actually going to take this serious in the beginning.
Yeah, we didn't think this was
then
gonna...
after a while,
I'm happy we changed it right away, though.
Yeah, I'm happy we didn't go a couple videos with NJAB. Because, I don't want to say we're serious, but we actually are dedicated to posting 3 times a week. So I'm happy we're able to still put out content with the coronavirus going on. There's enough news that we can still make videos. So I'm just happy that, because this started literally on me texting Mort one day and was like, hey, you want to do a podcast with me?
You gave a few days notice.
I think I texted him on Friday. I said I want to do one on Wednesday for the draft, and he created our first channel on Sunday, and then this channel was created the day we did our first podcast, an hour or 2 before we recorded it. So it was pretty. We kind of started very fast, but where we are now is way farther than I think any of us ever imagined. I think Mort even said he didn't expect us to have over 10 views on our first video.
I didn't think it was going to be 25 or something, but that's still our number 1 viewed video on the channel.
Low key, we were out. I wouldn't say we were a cold streak. Got about 80 views a video. These past few videos, we've gotten
we've gotten over
3
100
letters changed that.
Yeah, but I think we just want to thank everyone for supporting us, the few people that do, and the people that give us our views and everything, give the likes. We just want to thank you guys. So yeah, I think that's on. I think we're going to hop into our first topic, which is NASCAR, one of the only live sports going on currently.
Go racing, boogity, boogity, boogity.
They had their second Darlington race on Wednesday night, because they're doing 2 races per week at the same track. It was ended short by a rain delay, and they gave Denny Hamlin the win. It got kind of crazy in that last couple laps, though.
There were some birds that were flipped.
Yeah, Kyle Busch kind of took out Chase Elliott, and he decided Chase Elliott decided to get out of his car, walk up to the track, and give the whole field
tell him he was number 1.
That was the best moment of the race.
Oh, definitely. No, the best moment of the race was when Denny Hamlin got out of his car and he had on his
with the smile. Yeah,
that was scary. No,
I was not expecting him to throw that on.
And then he just gave 2 thumbs up.
People didn't believe in Denny Hamlin to finish top 5. A certain YouTuber out there didn't predict him. We won't bring up names though.
Who was that YouTuber, sir?
We're just gonna send silent shots every time.
We don't want to throw shots.
Yeah,
okay. Let's talk
about how.
Is it who I think it is?
Yes. We got suppressed shots out here. They're silent.
Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah, Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah, Mr. Like, what does he have? 500 subs?
More.
We're not talking about
we
that,
won't talk
Mr.
about that.
Hollywood.
We won't go into that though. But
We'll get to that.
That's
Yeah.
for another day.
on Thursday night there
We
was
do
the
not have enough subs to start beef.
there was the Xfinity race where Chase Briscoe he won, and it was a pretty emotional race from what I heard because something happened with his wife a couple days before this. I'm pulling it up right here. I had the news, but then
I see his wife miscarriage.
Yeah, his wife had a miscarriage. That's what I thought it was that. I just didn't want to get it wrong. His wife miscarriage. So it was a pretty emotional race for him, and he was able to hold off and win it, which was, yeah, that's good for him. Obviously, it was a really emotional win, but it probably felt good to win at the same time because, he was pretty down on himself, so probably felt good to have a win for once. The next NASCAR race is going to be on Sunday at Charlotte.
Woohoo.
And I believe then they're going to have another one on Wednesday at Charlotte, and they're just going to be pumping out at least 2 a week, which is I feel it's going to be interesting because they're going to have a daytime race and then a nighttime race every week, which I like the nighttime. I like nighttime races personally.
It makes it easier to fall asleep during instead of during the afternoon ones. You fall asleep, you miss half the day.
I mean,
24.
Some races are fun. In the middle gets kind of boring, but
yeah,
that's where, But a sport we haven't talked about in all of our videos, NHL. They've been radio silent this whole time over the past month, even before that. They haven't really come out with anything since sports have been suspended.
You want to know why?
Why?
It's not a real sport.
You're saying NHL hockey? We don't need that hate.
If we get a few dislikes on this video, I know why.
Hockey
our Canadian audience is growing, so if we I'm just saying,
hockey is an amazing sport. And
bring your activity back to Canada.
But a couple days ago, NHL PA board announced on voting on a 2014 playoff conference-based playoff format where the top 4 seeds from each conference would get a automatic bid into the playoffs, and then it was a 8-team or 6-team 16-team play-in game basically for each side. So that's a pretty interesting concept. I feel like possibly the NBA could maybe think about addressing that, but at a little smaller level because I feel like it would be interesting.
Oh wait, it's actually a best of 5. Those play-in.
Oh, it's a best of 5 for those.
Yeah, it's just the play-in series to be a best of 5. I thought it was a 1 game.
Yeah, I thought it would be right here.
That makes it more interesting.
The top 4 seeds, as determined by standing points percentage when the regular season was paused, would receive buys throughout the round of best of 5 play-in series that would feature seeds 5 through 12. Huh. Wow. That gives us more sports, though, I guess.
I feel like for a play-in series, 5 games.
Yeah, I feel like
it should be 3. I feel like 3.
I said when I was talking to Nick earlier about it, I said it should have been 1. Like, just make it more suspenseful.
But like with basketball and like national sports, I feel like you can't do that because, especially with baseball and like hockey.
They do it for baseball though. The wild card game's 1 game.
Well, yeah, that's the wild card though. I guess baseball, but I feel like the NBA and NHL, like anyone could have a good game.
Same for baseball though. Anybody can.
Yes, I'm saying same with any other sport. I feel like.
You're right. It could go anyway. Yeah, I feel like 5 is a bit excessive. It's kind of long. But
you don't have enough time for that.
It'd probably be done in a week if they put the games all like right away.
That's tiring on those players. I don't watch much hockey, but I feel like hockey is like a very tiring sport because you're you're banging into guys constantly.
I was gonna say unless you're getting tackled 24/7.
I mean, they might give him a break for the next round. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I was clowning on hockey. I respect hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, now you do.
Yeah, now you respect
hockey. He thought about his years of playing center, and he's like, wait, they can hit harder than anybody's come at me at center.
You may say it's not a sport, but you get probably bodied on the ice.
Yeah.
But moving on to another league. Moving on to another league that could that is trying to return and possibly the playoffs. The NBA. They came out that Disneyland or World. I don't know. I forget which one it was. I think it was Land.
Disney World.
I think it's Land.
Yeah, no, I think it's World because World's in Disney.
Whichever.
Land's in
Land's in Cali. No.
Oh, okay.
Land's in Cali.
Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, so it would be so Disney. They would go to Disney World as their top target right now.
That's like childhood right there. How do you not know that?
Because they're gonna provide.
I never went there. Sorry, Mr. Rich person. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, but you've been swimming with the dolphins too.
Yeah, I actually did.
Okay, let's just.
I actually did go swimming with dolphins. Is there a problem with that?
You have some in your basement. We know. Let's move on.
But Disney World would offer them a couple basketball stadiums to play in, where I don't know where they're just pulling these basketball stadiums out of.
How much stuff's in Orlando?
No, they're saying it would be at Disney World resorts. So like
set some up.
Building courts.
No, they already have a couple courts apparently.
Huh?
Yeah, they already have a couple courts that the players would play at, and then the players would stay at all the hotels surrounding the area.
I feel like he has to do something like something with the Magic. Like, is it going to be there? Is the Amway, right?
Yeah, it could possibly involve.
Is it there, and then like whatever else kind of places the Magic have, and then they'll figure out something else to go with it?
It says it's roughly 30 miles from the Orlando Magic training facilities. So.
Yeah, so that's what I would think
it could involve them. I'm pulling up another tweet though.
Wait, another possible destination said what it was Bahamas.
Yeah, Andrew and I talked about that.
I saw Las Vegas too was high on their list
Imagine the Bahamas, how nice that would be.
How
big is the Bahamas to hold all those?
Yeah, but that's even more traveling and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they want to risk going to an island that because imagine like one coronavirus gets sparked from there and then they have to quarantine all the players on that island. Like that'd just be crazy. But what I did hear is that they're not trying to bubble in these players. They're trying to allow them to have some like freedom a little bit, but they're still going to be testing them frequently, like a decent amount. And I know they want to start having almost all teams back in their facilities by June 1st, which is very positive. Mm-hmm. And then by mid to late June, they would get back into camps. And then they would in early July, they would travel to wherever these games are going to be played, Orlando, Las Vegas, wherever. Games would start mid-July, like July 15th, I saw a date was. And then the season would end near Labor Day, that's pretty fast, I feel as though. I feel like that's
very fast. How are they planning to do that?
I don't know.
They're probably not doing the full regular season left. They're probably just...
No,
will there ever be a regular season?
No, what I heard is that they'll play like 5 games just to like determine a couple of the close games.
Well, I mean,
or close.
They're gonna have to have 2 weeks of like training.
Was anyone even that close?
No, the playoffs. What they had is they're having camp in mid to late July, and then mid to late June, and then early July they would travel to the site.
And then I'm wondering, does that mean that the lottery is like a few weeks before the draft? Like, they got to be right by each other.
So the season ends.
We have to make our mock draft.
It says draft mid-September.
Yeah, the season ends in Labor Day, and then draft is mid-September. And then less than a week later, free agency starts, which that's going to be hectic.
That's actually good. That's how it should have been in the first place, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's going to be intense for those NBA GMs.
In September, oh my God, the amount of news that we're gonna have to we're gonna have to be coming out with videos every day for you guys.
I just always felt like they should be closer together anyway.
Woj gonna be out of breath.
Woj won't be able to tweet out enough. He'll be
Woj will have people working for him on different laptops tweeting for him, so he can be on the phone.
To end off kind of the whole fixing of everything, the season would start around Christmas time, which I think is going to be the new normal. The new normal for the NBA is going to be a Christmas start, I think, which I agree with completely. I think the NBA, it's better for their marketing and everything because, I mean, then that means they'll be running during summertime and they're going to compete with baseball, and I feel like they'll get the viewership over
baseball.
Oh, they will murder baseball.
That would kind of mean that you get more eyes on college games then too, because they're not playing at the same time. It'll be college starting before it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And around mid-season where people kind of get bored with the NBA, that's when March Madness will be happening. Yep. So NBA is playing this perfectly into their hands right now. Because, they'll lose that viewership mid-season, but then after the March Madness, everybody would be like, oh, playoff time, let's go. And it would just be – or like
it'll be amped up.
Run. Yeah, because everyone will be on that like March Madness high, like, oh, I don't want this to end. And then the season will be ending for the NBA and then right into the playoffs. They played this perfectly. Like, I don't think they could have played this any better.
They could take Corona, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, Corona kind of messed with a lot of things, but at the same time, I feel like it worked in favor for some leagues like the KBO, the NBA. 100%. Like a lot of these teams, it's affected a lot of people, but it's going to change the landscape of sports, and I like the way it's going as of right now, except like the fans not in stadiums. But I like the way some teams are changing their seasons, adapting to this, and really they're going to I feel like the NBA is going to transcend their game and become one of the top leagues in the world. I mean, they already are, but I feel like they're going to grow their brand even more by doing this, by moving their season back.
Very interesting.
Oh, yeah. Well, now, the next thing we have here is the NCAA. We said that the NBA is allowing they're wanting all their facilities to open June 1st. The NCAA came out with a statement earlier in the week saying that on June 1st they are allowing all college players, no matter the sport, back into their facilities. So basically all campuses are opening. I feel like that's a good start.
If the students want to come back.
Yeah, if the students want to come back, of course, because a lot of them have been able to stay home, and a lot of players haven't been able to be home like this.
But then, I was going to say, then again, a lot of, I'm sure a good majority of them didn't get to go anywhere. They've had to stay there this whole time anyway. So they'll just continue to be there.
Yeah. No, because I think most campuses shut down and closed dorms.
Yeah, but I saw that a lot of
all of them did.
A lot of students and stuff that couldn't go home were told to stay there and just not leave.
Okay. Oh, it's voluntary on-campus activities can resume for football and basketball only.
The only relevant college sport.
And baseball, but that's kind of past now. But I feel like that's a good step in the right direction. Because I felt like the NCAA was on the hot seat with possibly the Power 5 teams leaving, because that was becoming a real thing. Because I don't want to say the commissioners from the each division or each Power 5 conference, but like high up officials in each one were on a Zoom call with Roger Goodell, and that I felt like that's the closest you were probably going to get to maybe the Power 5 creating their own league. And
you know that he slept through that, though. So,
but I feel like he would have, honestly, if Roger Goodell ever wanted to start a farm league, that would be the perfect thing to do right there.
Oh, yeah.
Having the power, having the most known colleges in the world be your farm team, and you basically having control over them in a way, because he would be like, I feel like he would be a commissioner.
That's even more money.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. And honestly, if Roger Goodell was able to pull that off, I would have respect for him. If he was able to pull the SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and what's the other one? The West.
See, I don't think it would be all of them. I think it'd be like a certain amount from each. It wouldn't be like the whole thing. I think some of them would want to stay.
What it was saying. No, it
yeah,
was
but
saying,
but if you're Maryland and Rutgers and stuff like from the Big Ten, and you have the other ones leaving, I'm staying. I'm not getting whooped every game now. I'm staying here.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go there and keep getting whooped.
You're right. Some of those teams, because what I heard is
it could surprise.
A lot of those schools would leave and then they would realign. They would do new conferences and stuff like that. Like where Alabama and Michigan would possibly be in the same conference. Which don't know how to feel about that.
That'd be the only competition Alabama plays all year, like usual. So,
I mean LSU.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
they play one competitive game every year.
They play Tennessee,
but
Tennessee should have beat them this year.
But no, Clemson's not in the. Never mind.
No,
they only play LSU. So.
And when you look at it, the ACC
And
doesn't
Auburn.
have that many. The ACC doesn't have that many good teams anymore because Clemson just dominates it. I mean, Florida State used to be good. I don't really know who else used to be good. Yeah.
There's no one in that conference.
But talking on these Power 5 schools, one of the you in the Big Ten, a couple of guys have been outspoken this week on certain topics. Our coach at Michigan, Jim Harbaugh,
that's not even just this week. He's been going on for a few weeks now. He just keeps coming back every week.
Jim Harbaugh has made headlines saying that he's
a persistent man.
Yeah, he is. He thinks that players that declare for the draft and don't get drafted should have the opportunity to come back to football or come back to college, which I've always thought that for all sports. I
have too.
I feel like if you at least test your waters and if you didn't – as long as you – okay, if you got drafted but didn't like your position, I feel like you can't do that. Like if you get drafted, you have to go.
It would just be strictly undrafted.
Yeah, if you get undrafted, I feel like you should have the chance to go back to try to prove yourself. Like, hey, you missed out on me. I want to show you what you missed.
And I don't think many guys would do it anyway because they'd still say, oh, I'm getting an undrafted contract. I want to prove myself, whatever. So, I mean, it's not like it'd be a big issue. There'd be a few guys every year, but not everybody would be doing it.
I feel like a lot of kids end up going back, though.
If someone that's decent and like the next year's draft class isn't that great, they have a good shot at being the draft for the next year.
They can definitely move up.
See, like a couple years ago, Charles Matthews. He tested the waters, went undrafted, and ended up getting hurt.
Well, he was a senior. He was forced.
Yeah, you're right. He was forced. So that's a bad analogy. But still, like it's guys like that go because they think they're good enough, and then they go to the combine, do horrible, and then have like pre-draft workouts, and they're just not cutting it. So they wait through the draft and don't get drafted, and they're like, okay, I'm just going to take my talents back to the college. Give it another chance. Try to prove myself.
Charles is geared for a comeback. I mean, he won't be able to work out for any teams this year, obviously, but he's going to come back from an ACL like D Rose and just not get hurt again like D Rose did.
But another person in the Big Ten that has that spoke out just on Wednesday, I believe, was the AD at Ohio State. He says we were surprised by this number because we had to look it up, but he said that he wants to fill 80,000 people?
I think it was like 30 to 70,000.
30 to 70,000 people.
Range.
He feels that 30 to 70,000 people can fit back in their stadium when the season starts. That's what he wants. And we thought their stadium only held 70,000, but apparently they upgraded last year. Now they hold 102,000, which I did not know.
I think it might have been like 80,000 because I said, well, that's full capacity.
Yeah.
And we looked it up and saw it was 102.
Yeah, but that's still a lot because most pro teams are only allowing 10 to 25% capacity of their entire stadiums, which is like a couple thousand.
Which is a home game for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Literally.
But it's a couple thousand, if that. And I think that's what if they're going to go the direction of allowing fans back, that's what they need to do. You can't just be like, okay, let's let 70,000 people in our stadium all with masks on. Because, I mean.
And then from Ohio, they're too dumb to even know what a mask is and how to wear it properly. They'd wear it inside out or on top of their forehead. So
for one, that's just not smart. I mean, I'm for the fact of most people probably already have this virus. And I think once you have it, it's harder to get it unless it's like mutated into a bit a more like stronger vein or strain of it. So I feel like most people have it, but it's still not smart to be packing stadiums shoulder to shoulder and spitting in each other's faces.
That's the Ohio difference. They'll be out there with their buck teeth and gums trying to spell Ohio like they usually do because that's their chant.
Yeah, they need someone to say the chant.
They have to remember how to spell their own state. It's 4 letters long. They have to chant that. That's the only reason they know how to spell it. Like the 2 best things to come from Ohio are LeBron and me. Like that's it. Okay, that's it. Nobody needs to remember how to spell their state by screaming it in someone's face.
That's a great chant, though.
Yeah. It's like middle school cheerleaders that know the same 2 cheers from 7th grade to 10th grade. It's just that.
It's like when they're trying to hype up the student section and they're like, everybody say oh.
Yeah.
Everybody say hey.
What comes after O? I don't know. I'm from Ohio.
But
we're just roast.
I don't feel like having that many fans back in the stadium is a smart idea whatsoever.
It's not safe at all.
No, it's not safe. It's a dumb idea, and I don't think it's going to be approved.
When will we know till it's like safe for like a public gathering like that?
I think they said by next springtime is when they're going to start assessing how many people can come back in the stadiums and stuff like that.
I was going to say, Ohio's got everything open as it is. So
what I think they want is they want it to go through the fall time, see if it comes back, see if like the virus comes back again, and then go through next spring when allergies kick in and see if the virus comes back. And if it doesn't come back as strong, then I think they'll slowly be like, okay, now 30,000 fans can fill the stadium, 60,000 fans, and then full capacity after a while. But I feel like people will go back, but at the same time, I feel like TV contracts are going to be skyrocketed because I feel like these teams are going to be like, okay, not many people are coming to our games. Let's see if we can get a contract with like, I feel like you'll see a lot more sports channels pop up and a lot more channels like, I know like TBS, like those channels like that, TBS, Fox. I feel like you'll see a lot more of those channels turn into having sports on them because they'll be able to get these big contracts with leagues that will want.
Plus, nobody's trying to keep watching these same rerun shows all day that they've been watching already.
I feel like that'll be an interesting thing to watch develop over the next year and a half because we really don't know what's going to happen right now. But so a thing we talked about on Monday was the NFL, and we talked about some arrested players. And I don't think the NFL has control of their players right now. As of Wednesday, a report came out that an NFL player, anonymous NFL player, filed a sexual harassment charge against a flight attendant. And that's all the report was. Nothing else. He was anonymous. They're not reporting his name. And I just want to ask, who do you guys think it is?
Yeah, I feel like it's like someone like guy that's like probably soft in real life.
I think that's the definition of Kirk
Cousins.
I think
Kirk Cousins. Ben and I both
it's
said the same
gotta
thing.
be Kirk Cousins. He looks like he'd like be like triggered if like some female said like a bad word to him.
I feel like it's either Kirk Cousins or someone like intimidating, like Marshawn Lynch or something.
No, yeah, I feel like it's some guy who's like when you see him, he's like a really like tough guy, and then maybe he got soft here. I don't know. But
I feel like Kirk Cousins is the Mike Pence of the NFL. If any
Some
other
flight
woman,
attendant shook
He's getting
Kirk
political.
Cousins' hand and didn't kiss it after. That's what it was.
She'd be named Kissing Cousins.
And he looked at her and he said, "You just touched my hand. You just disrespected."
Now give me a ginger ale.
No, he said you just disrespected the best, the most accurate QB in NFL history.
Second most accurate.
Said
second
nobody. Said nobody ever, except for Kirk.
and stupid
Vikings
people
fan.
that go down to the creek in Minnesota.
You can't touch my throwing hand.
You can't. That's sexual assault. I'm reporting you
Oh,
to the
sir,
NFL.
I thought you were left-handed by the way you throw the ball.
I need this throwing hand. I use it every day other than Monday.
Every
That's
Monday
a good
night.
one. That's a good one.
Kirk, if you somehow stumble upon this video, we love you.
Nobody
really
does.
just
click 'em off?
Nobody,
really
nobody
does.
does.
Remember the name Joseph Tarantino.
Yeah, he'll sack you in
Kirk,
about
I
30
know
years.
for a fact I'm taking your ass to the house.
He might not even be in the NFL.
He's out of the league by the time you make it. You're good.
Chiefs, he's out of the league. His next contract is done. He's out of the league.
Actually, that's bad.
But something that came out on Thursday was some new rule changes the NFL is considering, and they want to add, I believe the XFL tried this out. They want to give you an ultimatum to doing an onside kick. So instead of doing an onside kick, you would get 4th and 15 from your from your opponent's 25-yard line, and if you convert it, you get the ball. Which
I like that more than the onside kick.
I think they should have just kept the onside kick rules the exact same.
Yeah.
Because that was interesting, but it's better than what we had before or what we have
Because
now.
Onside kicks are so rare to someone to recover your own kick. So 4th and 15 would be more exciting to see.
I think they need to have onside kicks still, but change the rules back to how they used to be when onside kicks were possible, because they're impossible now. Like, if you kick an onside kick, you're a god, and you're gonna get like a 10-year contract with whatever team you're on.
Only one that can do is Young Hoku.
Yeah, Young Hoku.
Yeah,
He's
he got
onside legend.
Didn't he get like 2 in one game or something like that?
Yeah. Was it
Yeah, well, it was technically 2, but
Yeah.
it was 3 because there was a penalty on one of them.
Oh, okay. But I don't agree. I like the idea just to give it a chance, but I mean they still have to vote on it obviously. So maybe to give it a chance for the year, like they did the pass interference review, but it went horribly because the refs didn't want to enforce it. But at least give it a chance, see how it goes. Another thing though that I was gonna say was that they're gonna adding booth umpires. So they're gonna add refs up into the booth that will go more in depth on the penalties or whatever happened.
Yeah, they probably still not be able to see what's happening and they make the wrong calls.
Probably not. They need to do what the XFO did. Throw like Xbox controllers up there and zoom in on each play.
I want to see them actually looking at the replay.
Yeah. I want to see what they're seeing. Like, I know like the broadcast shows us what they're seeing, but I want to legit watch them watching it.
It's a bunch of 50 late 50s, early 60-year-old dudes with tight shirts trying to look buff calling these. So like they're not going to know how to use a controller.
Are you talking about Ed Hockley?
For a New England game,
Sure.
they go, wait, that's on the Patriots? Oh, it's got to go the Patriots way. Reverse the call.
I mean, who knows this year? It might be different. It might be.
Maybe it's the Bucks who might get the respect.
They're gonna need all the help they can get this year.
The Bucks are gonna get the Bucks are gonna go their way this year somehow. Now Bruce Arians made a couple calls to the league office.
Yeah.
Now moving on from the NFL, one thing I want to talk about, because I know we got a big fan of his in the podcast group here. Mike Trout, his rookie card sold for a record-breaking $900,000 at an auction.
I'm just gonna say right now, whoever's stupid enough to buy that, I'm sorry for you. That's all. Like, whoever is very dumb to buy that, out of all things, you buy a little paper with a 18-year-old on it. That's tough.
I feel like any player card.
If you have that kind of money and you're buying that, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Jesus Christ.
You're buying a fish card from 18 years old. I'm sorry. Like,
As you can tell, he
loves Trout, as you can tell. He's a very
nice man. You know,
I mean, that rookie card might be the best one of all time at the end of the day.
Yeah, when you look at it, I mean, he's probably going to go down as one of the greatest MLB players to ever
put on the field.
I burnt a Mike Trout card one time with a lighter.
I did that to a Vince Young card one.
It didn't burn very good because it was, an accurate representation of him. It wasn't that great of a card.
Yeah.
So
we'll see at the end of his career. We'll see at the end of his career. First ballot Hall of Famer
Bud's
already.
podcast in 12 years. We'll see if
he gets some rings, then for sure.
Oh yeah. If he gets a ring,
you're saying multiple rings? Dude's got to play more than 2 games of the playoffs for us to get 1 ring.
Even though he's got a lifetime contract with the Angels, pretty much.
Basically, yeah. Wait, has he signed his long-term deal yet?
Yeah, he did it last year.
Right,
was it like some crazy amount of years?
It's $450 million over like 10 years.
That's not 4. It's 350.
Oh, sorry.
If it was $450 million, I would have went on strike. There's no reason to pay anybody that.
I thought it was more than that.
Yeah,
was
it?
I thought because Bryce Harper was 350. He might have been 400.
Yep, 430 million for 12 years.
Yeah. Still. I thought it was at least in the 400s because, I mean, you gotta pay the best player in the league.
It's absolutely insane. You play in Anaheim. You're the worst team in California, and paying $400 million for some random guy.
I would say that the Giants are worse now.
Yeah.
They better franchise too, so I don't know. Franchise history, they're looking pretty nice against the Angels.
I feel like we need to have a Mike Trout discussion, just a video by itself about him. I feel like
Trout it'd be the LeBron all over again, everybody against me, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
I think we should have a Mike Trout MVP season versus Miguel Cabrera MVP season.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
Hey, he hasn't deserved any of them, so we might as well.
Okay, but moving on to a very controversial topic. I know we touched on this game on Wednesday on A&M in the AM. They finished the series on Thursday morning. It was Thursday morning. They finished the series. We're trying to talk about the KBO here and our Doosan Bears. Nick.
Okay, so the Doosan Bears sadly lost the series 2-1. But last night,
tough scene.
The Doosan Bears were a 4-3 going to the top of the 9th, and the pitchers by the name of Lee Hung Bum and Choi Won Jun allowed 9 earned runs in the 9th inning.
That's a tough scene.
That's pretty tough.
I don't understand how you can be that bad
and allow that many runs to the NC Dinos.
I mean, his name is Bum, so I was
gonna say
they probably should have saw that before anything else happened.
Oh yeah, the Lee Hung Bum guy, he didn't even get 1 out. He allowed 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk.
So is his ERA infinite now?
That's like James Paxton in the playoffs.
And that dropped Doosan that lost them the series. Let's keep in mind they had the series in their hands. They literally
had the win.
They had the win in their hand, in sights. They were looking at hole 18. They were going to win the series. They were going to move to 9-6.
Once again, Jose Fernandez 3 for 4. Like he just does it every day.
Then they went to go take a bite of that guy on the outfield wall's pizza, and then they started choking. So,
and I'm just saying though, the Giants. The Giants doing pretty good.
Hey, Dan Straley threw a nasty curveball that was on Twitter today. He threw it against his former teammate.
Let's look at the Giants record here.
Struggling.
The Giants are 7. They're not bad. No, they're not bad actually. The Giants.
It's not about where you start, like we talked about on Wednesday.
But yeah,
the Giants are 7-7. They're not horrible right now.
They lost 4 straight games, but you know what?
They would beat the MLB Giants. That's for sure.
I would agree.
Wait, the Doosan Bears they scored on the Koo Chang Mo guy because his ERA is now 0.41.
Oh,
I feel so bad for him.
Wait, how many runs did they get on him?
I don't know. They got
1.
They got 1 on him.
They had 1 run. He didn't have any.
When did he pitch Thursday morning?
He pitched the game that the Doosan Bears won.
Oh.
But he didn't get. He got a no decision because it was like a low scoring game.
Yeah,
Tough
it was
scene.
like it was. I think it was like 5-4 or something. It was 4-3, something like that. But I do want to address Jose Fernandez, still in the MVP race. He's still leading the league in average, in hits, on base percentage, and in runs now too.
So he's just Ichiro.
Basically, except he doesn't have the RBIs. So
Ichiro didn't either, so it's okay.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, okay. But
he did
Preston
win
Tucker
MVP.
quieted down a bit after that hot week last time.
But
Well, after that curveball you saw from Dan Straley, I would too.
Preston Tucker still has 20 RBIs. That's leading the league. He has 5 home runs. He's tied with Jose Fernandez for on base percentage. He has 24 hits, and he's third in average. So he's still up there. He's still doing pretty good.
I'd actually like to apologize because I actually called Preston Kyle today. Nobody corrected me, but I just
I did hear that, and I was gonna correct you,
That's
but
tough.
I just keep thinking of his brother because he's just so much better than him.
I mean, Preston at this
the
point,
better one.
Preston's looking better than Kyle right now.
Kyle hasn't played a game in the major leagues yet. I don't think.
I want to see Kyle put up these numbers. Talk to me when Kyle puts up these numbers.
He plays for the Pirates, so it's gonna be a while.
If Kyle was in the KBO, he wouldn't have those numbers.
No, most definitely not.
He'd have the best hair in the league.
Oh my!
I think.
Either.
I was gonna say something. Yeah, Kyle's not on the Pirates. I noticed this in a while ago.
He is.
No, Kyle's on the Houston Astros.
Yeah, he's in the Astros.
Yeah.
Okay, then I didn't know they had another brother. There's another brother.
You're probably wait, Cole Tucker, I think.
Yes, I think so.
Okay,
I mean,
Cole
looking right
Tucker
there.
was
I
like.
think it's Cole.
No, because you've been saying Kyle Tucker is on the Pirates, and I was watching I was watching our first MLB video. Yeah, it's Cole Tucker.
Yeah,
but I don't think he's brothers with them.
Huh?
I'm looking it up real
No, I
fast.
saw that he's brothers. I've seen before that they are.
I'm pulling it up here.
I can't be making that one up.
Yeah, no.
I've definitely seen before that they were called brothers.
No, they aren't.
I don't know where you were listening.
I don't. Again, not racist, but his father's African American.
I promise I've seen that they were brothers.
No, they
Someone
aren't.
lied to me then.
Wrong Tucker.
Yeah.
Someone lied to me.
Fact check yourself, buddy.
My reputation is down the drain because of my sources.
It definitely is.
At least you're not running our Instagram.
Yeah, he would be posting Cole Tucker. The trios are.
You're doing a great job.
I gotta look it up.
You're doing a great job.
I just looked it up. They're not brothers.
I want to see it with my own eyes.
Oh my god.
Hey, okay.
Wait. Yeah. No. But for pitching wise, Kucheng Mo, still best pitcher in the league right now, probably. Warwick Supple, he's 5, hasn't had a game since we talked Monday. I think he's probably pitching either Friday morning this morning, or he'll be pitching Saturday morning. Which something that I'm mad about is that they don't have any games on Memorial Day. For some reason, they won't have.
Because it doesn't matter to them.
No, but it's not like it's a worldwide holiday. You'd think they would have games.
All right, I have a question. Who do we think is the best former MLB player performing the best in the KBO?
Preston Tucker. I mean, because I don't think Jose was really big in the MLB.
Well, I mean, played like a season. Preston Tucker.
I'm gonna have to go pitcher here. Do some Bears. Christopher Flexing.
That's facts,
Wow.
actually. Because I mean, then again, Flexing was
That's a bold strategy, Con.
Flexing was like the 6th man in the Mets had a 6-man rotation. He was the 6th man in that rotation.
He shut down the NC Dinos the other day.
Okay, my source was wrong, but Kyle and Preston are brothers.
Yes, that's what we know.
All I'm saying is Flexing against the NC Dinos pitched 8 innings, 10 strikeouts, and only allowed 1 run.
So, but honestly, Jose Fernandez, no. He only played 1 year with the Los Angeles Angels. He had 2 home runs, batted .267, and had 11 RBIs batted
Go
in.
figure,
So
another
was just
Angels
starting.
bust.
So he wasn't that good, but Preston.
How many games though?
Preston batted 222. I just saw with the Astros.
222.
So that's not
Yeah.
horrible.
He batted 222 with the Astros, and he's batting like 330 something right now in the KBO.
No, he's batting
higher.
almost 4. Yeah, he's batting
Okay, then
490.
this thing's wrong
420.
also.
He's batting 429.
I don't know where you get your news from.
My
There.
sources are very off tonight.
I think you need to
Hey, we
just
forgive
recoup.
you. We
Oh
forgive
no,
you.
this is 2019 season, so this is his second year there. Last year he batted 311 with 9 home runs and 50 RBIs.
So most
Ooh.
improved.
He's gonna
demolish
those
him.
numbers. Oh yeah, he's already at 5 home runs.
In his MLB career, 222, 23 home runs and 68 RBIs.
Yeah, he's probably the best
It's not
player.
even
then.
bad.
He's the best player from the MLB. I'd have to say him because I want to address somebody that Mort was very high
Gosh,
on.
dang it.
He had a good 2 games.
Again, you can't be a Triple Crown winner every year.
Let's pull him.
Dixon Machado.
Yeah, I just want to pull up Mr. Machado. He has 4 home runs. Not gonna dog him on that.
More than he ever hit in the major leagues.
He
Everyone has that in that league.
He has 14 RBIs.
Not bad. Not bad.
11 hits.
Okay.
And how many games?
He's in 14 games, and he's batting 224.
And I remember the first A&M, you called him the MVP.
Yes, he
He started off so hot. I can't. I'm sorry. But the man was going crazy. He's going to pick it back up. Like I said,
He's not
get
passing
everything.
Jose Fernandez.
You can't get everything. The man played 74 games in the major leagues and batted 9th and had a few bunt singles. I was just being optimistic here.
Somebody that's still doing good is Roberto Ramos. He's still having a pretty good
We don't care about. He's on the Twins.
Yeah, I don't care about the Twins. Let's move it on.
Twins are relevant to KBO and in the MLB.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They're gonna lose the Central this year, and the Tigers gonna win it. Hot take.
Even if they win the Central, they'll just get swept by a team that
By the Yankees again.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the Yankees got swept by the Astros.
I mean, who knows? The Central's gonna be different this year with the Cubs in it.
Cubs are rebuilding too.
Cubs aren't really that great anymore.
But wait, who else will be in the Central? Will we have the
Cardinals,
Pirates?
As I said, the Pirates, but they're relevant.
Or Mickey.
The White Sox will be
Brewers
up at the top. Yeah, the Brewers.
Oh yeah, the Brewers. Brewers will probably win it. There.
I don't think they have pitching to keep up with them.
No, I don't know. But
I think the Cardinals. I think Cardinals and White Sox.
Yeah, Cardinals, White Sox, and then Tigers as a Black Horse. So
Black
Dark Horse, whatever.
I think we have to leave on that note.
Yeah.
But I think that's all. And Mort, did you have something to say for the end of this video?
Yeah, I plugged it on Wednesday for A&M, but I just want to again thank Anchor for allowing us to be on there. Easiest website to use, easiest app. They put us on Spotify. They just got us on some more apps today, so we thank them for that, and we just hope to keep using them.
We're still hoping for the Apple one.
For the Apple,
soon.
Yes.
Apple will be soon, so we'll be on all your streaming platforms. You'll be able to listen to us on the go.
Anchor got us with the hookups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all though. We've been here 1 month on YouTube. We hope to be here more months, obviously.
100%. I mean,
yeah, hope to be here for a long time.
Very fun.
We've been staying consistent to our schedule.
Yeah,
hope we keep on staying consistent.
You know, some people don't come in all the time, but
something that we don't really ask, but if you guys like these type of videos where we talk about current stuff, or if you like more of our debating videos or where we cover just one sport, if you could just put down in the comments which one you like more, because we will do down the line, obviously they aren't going to be news to talk about every day or every episode we have, so we will do more debating videos. And I know we want to do a Jordan versus LeBron part 2, We want to do the MLB draft, mock draft, the NBA mock draft. There's a lot of different ones that we're going to single out again like we were doing before. But I think we all personally like covering all sports because it gives us a wide variety to talk about. More can be a part of every video because at some point in time we'll be talking about the
I'm
MLB.
tired of football. I'm tired of it. Ben, I know you're about to say something about football. Just keep it in.
But yeah, if you guys could just leave a comment down below saying which one you guys like or giving us suggestions on videos we can do in the future. Drop a like and drop a subscribe, maybe share it to your friends. And I think that's all. So we'll see you guys Monday at noon.
Yeah, Monday.
Yep. See you guys later.